Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reselling Rhythms. In today's live stream video, I'm going to discuss some news and items that are affecting us as resellers. Every Wednesday, I have a live stream, and I usually have another reseller on that I interview, and they share their tips, tricks, and techniques to make us more knowledgeable and profitable resellers. If you're a reseller or interested in becoming a reseller, then you're in the right place. Just going to say hello to a few people in the chat, and then I will get started. Just pop in the chat, guys, and say hello to my moderators and some of the people that are in the chat. Sharon, thank you for being here. My friend Chris, Thrift Shop Hustler, is here. I believe Chris is going to join us so we can get his technical difficulties worked out. Randy, thank you for being here. Sorry, I know you're going through a lot. Appreciate you being here. And I guess that's about it for now, guys. So we just have a handful of people in the chat. So again, the notice did go out, so I'm sure it'll be filling in shortly. And as I always say, I don't like to keep people waiting that are watching the replay. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to do some news and some issues and current events that are affecting us as resellers, at least that I think are interesting. I've told you guys in the past, I monitor some of the YouTube channels that are about reselling. I monitor some of the Facebook groups, and I also monitor some of the blogs, the e-commerce blogs. So when I have this type of show, I try to gather that information and share it with you guys. So let me get a little bit into this stuff. Some of the stuff you may have seen before, but it's relevant and the things that are coming up shortly. So I want to remind you guys in case you might have missed the previous shows. So the first thing I want to talk about was eBay Open Online. Again, eBay Open Online is a free event. And again, it will be virtual this year, and it'll be August 4th through the 6th. You can pick and choose from the agenda. I'm going to pop it up on my screen, guys. Just bear with me here with the screen share. I'm going to pop it up for you guys so you can see it. And I'll show you that. And so you guys will be able to follow along with me. And again, I brought this up before, guys, but again, some of you see shows in the past. Some of you may have not seen the show, so I just want to bring this up and share it with you guys, and we'll go over it a little bit. So it should be popping up in the StreamYard now. Okay, let me just make that full screen. Then we're good to go. Okay, guys. So basically, it's a starter and next level training sessions are available. It says whether you're a beginner or advanced seller, you learn from the experts how to grow your business and achieve even greater eBay selling success. There's seller-led breakout sessions. You can go into the various sections. I mean, if you sell certain specialty goods or whatever, they'll have sellers there speaking about that, and they'll be able to discuss that and break out in the separate groups. There'll be keynote speakers from the eBay. There'll be executives, etc., talking. Seller panels. Again, I said about the category breakouts. The opportunities apparently to network. I've done Zoom sessions before with these events, and you can do some networking. They break out in networking groups. I'm assuming that's what eBay is going to do. There's going to be some podcasts from Griff. I met Griff at eBay Open. I believe that was 2018. Griff used to do eBay Open Radio, I should say eBay Radio, I should say. Neat guy, very knowledgeable about reselling. And apparently they're going to have some virtual eBay booths where you get questions answered. They'll be showcasing selling topics like shipping, government relations, promoted listings, etc. Again, that's eBay Open Online is free. It's open to all sellers, and it's online from August 4th through the 6th. Okay, guys, so let me go back, get out of that, and we'll pop into my next thing I want to discuss with you guys. Okay. All right. The next segment. I want to remind you guys about Katy and Vikki. Katy and Vikki are having their Boss Reseller Remix 2021. That will be in Las Vegas in October 19th through the 21st. Again, I'm going to bring that up for you guys so you can share with that and so you can follow along with that. Makes it a little easier for you guys to follow along. And we'll bring that up. Okay. Okay. So the Boss Reseller Remix, again, it's October 19th through the 21st. It's in Las Vegas, Nevada. You guys can all read, and I put the links to a video that Katy and Vikki had done about this event. Again, guys, there's costs involved. If you're in that area, if you can drive there, obviously your costs are less expensive. I probably would be attending, but I will be attending a YouTube event, conference, I should say, that's in Albany, New York. I had purchased tickets prior to the pandemic, And we all know what happened. So last year was virtual, and since I had purchased a ticket for the event, it's allegedly going to be live this October. So again, I have costs involved with, getting a room, meals. At least I can drive up there. So again, if you're in that, the general vicinity of Las Vegas or, California or Texas or whatever, it may not be as expensive. But the way I looked at it, even with my, I have comps, and I've told you guys before, I'm going to get into a little bit about how you guys can save some money. But I have comps. I have a credit card through Caesars Entertainment that I get points towards. I can buy things at Caesars. I bought shirts at Caesars. When I was there in 2018, I bought a Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen shirt using my points. You can buy other things. You can use the money towards rooms, you get promotions, et cetera, et cetera. But again, there's a cost involved. So if you're local in Las Vegas or California, maybe something you may want to consider. And I believe tickets are still available. The ticket price is $295. And again, guys, remember there's costs involved, such as lodging, meals, if you want to gamble, if you want to go to some shows, et cetera. So there's costs involved. So that is eBay, I should say, Reseller Remix 2021. So let me close that out. Okay. And we'll get into our next item. I had mentioned this before, guys. I'm not going to do a share screen, but I mentioned this before. And again, this is something, again, if you're local, they had some regional events of ASD. Now they're bringing it back to Las Vegas. They're having their summer market week. Event is happening in person August 22nd to the 25th in Las Vegas. There will be 1,500 vendors and 3,500 booths with over 1 million product lines. For those of you who don't know, ASD used to stand for American Surplus Dealers. Now it stands for Affordable Shopping Destination. As Randy joked before, it also stands for Allentown School District, but for this purpose, it's Affordable Shopping Destination. There is no cost to get tickets if you get them in advance, if you pre-register. However, there's costs involved, such as transportation, lodging, meals, etc. Okay, next thing I want to talk with you guys about is a little bit of news that may affect us in the future. A couple of news items, actually. There was an article recently on Marker, which is about the intersection of business, economics, and culture. This article was about Etsy. Etsy acquired and other online marketplaces such as Depop, Reverb, and recently Elo7, which I've never heard of, which brings up the question again, are e-commerce giants making the best use of their capital? At eBay, they are actually downsizing their portfolio with the sale of their classified unit, StubHub ticket marketplace, as well as their Korean business unit. Are there other marketplaces you think that are right for the picking? And as the eBay gets smaller, does it make it self an acquisition target? And if so, by whom? Again, guys, there's always been thoughts that eBay might, spin off and somebody might buy eBay and, larger, somebody such as Walmart or Facebook or someone to that event. I can't see Amazon buying them because of the restraint of trade, but, maybe somebody such as Walmart or somebody might buy them. Another item that came up in the news when I was reviewing some of the blog things was, would you use a multi-channel fulfillment service from eBay? Again, guys, think of Amazon FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. eBay is marketing a new service for sellers who want to have their items stored and fulfilled in the United Kingdom. eBay Fulfillment by Orange Connex operates fulfillment centers in Leicester and Birmingham. eBay said it launched a new service in response to growth in the online shopping and SMB or small and medium business sellers looking to scale. eBay says sellers who use the service will benefit from full seller protection for delivery-related mishaps. Okay. One of the interesting things about the new service is that it's open to multi-channel orders, storage, packing, and shipping that will be taken care of by eBay Fulfillment. If eBay offered this in the United States, would you guys be interested? I guess we'll have to say that. In addition, guys, I have a couple things. Again, I tell you, I monitor some of the chats, and I'm going a little quickly here because we have a great guest that was fortunate to join us. So I'm going a little bit quicker than I normally would, guys. So I'm trying to get through these things and make you aware of what's going on. Buyer beware is my title. Let me have a little sip of water here, guys, because I get dry mouth when I talk so much. I often repeat my thoughts on the things that affect us as resellers. One thing I tell you, when purchasing for resale, do your due diligence, aka research. Again, I told you earlier in the chat that I monitor some reselling YouTube channels, e-commerce blogs, and Facebook groups. One of the alarming issues that came up is that there's a new reseller box wholesale company offered by Nicole State called Merch. For those of you who have been in reselling for a while, you've probably heard about some of the ventures that Nicole has been involved in. For the most part, they ended badly. There's many Instagram posts and some YouTube videos talking about buyers' disappointment in the value of the items they received in their boxes. Like we say in this business, there is not enough meat on the bone. Some of these boxes cost $500. Again, I won't cast aspersions. Just be very careful when you're buying products for resale from auctions, wholesalers, etc. Enough said. One other thing I want to bring up, guys. Again, I tell you, I monitor other reselling shows. Something that came up on one of the shows was freebie alerts. I had a guest on earlier, maybe it's 8-10 shows ago, and freebie alerts came up. This is an app that's available on both iPhones and Android phones. And basically what you do is you set your location and then set the distance that you're willing to travel to pick up free goods. I haven't really got fully into this app, but one of my guests did bring it up, like I said in a previous show. I was watching another reselling show, and there were some people that weren't aware of the app. So I thought I'd share it again with you. One of the things you may want to do is set the app to do not disturb and turn off push notifications. My understanding is alerts can be annoying, but free is free. And let me just show you guys quickly a little bit about this app. Pop into StreamYard so I can see what's going on here, guys. So let's see here. Bring up the app and bear with me here, guys. Hopefully you'll be able to see it relatively well. Okay. So again, it's called Freebie Alerts. I think that's going to focus relatively good. Again, I'm just using a webcam, guys. I told you I have a camera I'm going to upgrade it too, but I have to buy some other additional things to make that work. So again, guys, there's things that are free. You set your distance. Again, there's ads on this because it's just a free app, so there's ads on it. But you go into the settings and you can set, I don't know where you can see this, but you can set the area you want to set it to. You turn off or on push notifications. You can set the distance you want to have it set up for. And again, you may want to turn off notifications because my understanding is it can get a little crazy. And again, if you're going to bed and people are posting at night, you don't want the alerts going off on your phone and blowing up. But again, that's something that, again, free is free. When I had Dina on, she talked about, free goods and how well she does, doing curb co or, trash picking. Curb co is a nice word to use for it. But, people do well with that. Some people do dumpster diving. And again, I mentioned that when Johnny was on the show and he said, it's illegal in some states and some cities. And it is illegal in some areas. And again, if an area is gated, technically that's private property. Can't speak tonight. So you don't want to go into a gated area or a locked dumpster. I mean, some people do it. Please don't do it. I don't see about my reselling friends getting arrested for dumpster diving. And again, guys, things can happen. Don't want to be morbid, but somebody got more than seriously hurt dumpster diving. She was doing it late at night alone, and the trash removal truck came in and picked up the dumpster when she was in it. So please be careful. But again, if you're into that stuff, free is free. Okay, guys, I want to just check a couple more things, and then we'll bring my guest on. Hopefully his phone will be charged up, as I should say, his headset. A couple other things. I'm going to bring it up. I can bring up my guest, but summer slowdown. Thoughts on what has your experience been this year? In addition, I'm curious as to your thoughts on the magic number of daily listings to trigger eBay algorithm Cassini to move your listings up in eBay search ranking. Again, I'll discuss that with my guest, but again, summer slowdown, following some of the other reselling chats, I hear people are doing very well. Some people aren't doing so well. I think some of the people that are selling clothing, again, that's kind of oversaturated used clothing, aren't doing as well. But I hear stories of people selling collectibles, hard goods, et cetera, new in-box things, new items are doing relatively well for the most part. Again, I really think it's the amount of listings you do per day. Give Beth Reseller real better shout out if you're not following Beth's channel. Beth mentioned that in one of her live streams that she's doing 10 listings a day. And what she's doing is she's putting all those listings into her draft file, and which folder I should say. And then what she does is she releases 10 per day. So if she gets 30 or 40 listings, and she does a lot of hard goods, she also does clothing, so it's a little bit easier to do hard goods. And she'll put up 20 or 30 hard goods or listings, I should say, in her folder, and then she'll list 10 a day, release 10 a day. So if she wants to take a day off, like she said the other day, she's going to take a day off, she'll post those 10 that day, so that every day she's listing 10 items. And again, you can put them into your draft folders. Again, so that's an opportunity, guys, for you that are experiencing a slowdown on eBay. One thing I want to bring up, and then I'll get into, we'll have a chat with our guest. I wanted to remind you, and again, I'm not looking at the chat right now, guys. I'm sure Sharon will be sharing, if she hasn't shared already, that there is a benefit auction to help with the expenses to purchase LuckyCharm WenDee's husband, Bob, a portable oxygen concentrator. The auction will be on Jarhead Entrepreneur's YouTube channel. The link to the auction is below in my description of this video. Again, I also posted the link to Katy and Vikki's YouTube video where they discuss their boss reseller mix. And I also have the eBay open link as well. So let me get out of this, guys, and we'll bring my guest on, and hopefully his phone will be, I keep saying phone, guys. I apologize. I'm a little sleepy today. Hopefully his headset will be charged. For those of you that don't know, Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler, is in the house.
Hey,
hello, sir. Can you hear us?
Hey, could you hear me?
I can hear you too. How about that?
Oh man, thanks. I had to, it was funny. This was like so impromptu, and I apologize, Adam, for being like, hey, let me just come on. And you're like, yeah. And I all this stuff I had to set up and everything, but I'm here, and it's good to see your wonderful face, Adam.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Again, Sharon just shared that link. And guys, again, we're a big community. There's some drama. There's some really good things that happen in this community. And one of the things is reaching out and helping other resellers. For those of you who know, I have some health issues, and Medicare doesn't pay for a lot of things, especially medical supplies. I'll share with you, and I'll get right off of it because I don't want to share too much about medical things. We're not here to discuss medical things. We're here to discuss reselling, but it is related to WenDee's case. I have to get some testing done occasionally at the hospital, and I get a medication that puts me to sleep. So I can't drive. Obviously, the hospital is when you're driving home after you've been sedated. So I have to pay for transportation. Well, that's fine. I understand that. Why can't I use an Uber or Lyft? I have to use medical transportation. So it's $100 some to go about 3 miles from my house to the hospital.
Jeez, what a ripoff.
So it is exactly. So it is what it is. And again, guys, I saw Sharon posted it in the chat, the link to Jarhead Entrepreneur's channel. Again, the auction is this Friday. What is that? The 30th, I believe, is this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys are interested, you want to buy something, you want to contribute, and I believe there's also I was going to play it, and I thought, I'm having issues with YouTube with copyright claims and whatnot, but Patrick Murphy did a promotional video on it. So guys, if you want to check out Patrick Murphy's channel, he did a promotion. Patrick has like the voice of a radio announcer, so he created basically a commercial for the auction, which I thought was great. Patrick's good people. So again, guys, please consider that. Anyway, enough with the announcements, enough with the news. Fortunate to have Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. Chris, just give me your elevator speech and remind people about who you work for, so people can check out your eBay store and help support the American Cancer Society.
Yeah, real quick, Adam, that's great for you to keep promoting that charity auction for your friend. I think that's really important for the community to get together and do that. I'll be traveling that Friday, so I'll not be able to tune in, but I will try to do my best to share those links when they're live on my channel, and hopefully some people will see that and do that. So that's really cool. I'm Chris, Thrift Shop Hustler, on and off YouTube. I work for the American Cancer Society. I run their eBay business, and here I am on Adam's great, amazing show.
That's it.
That's it. Oh, 30 years plus of reselling knowledge and all that stuff. No one cares about that.
Yes, you have had a lot of experience. And you're into what's NRTs? I'm sorry.
NRT, no, NFTs. Yeah,
NFTs.
No, it's like,
I'm sorry. I told you my brain's kind of like.
Yeah, it's like digital collectibles. No, we don't have to go down that.
We don't have to go into that, but yeah, but Chris is extremely knowledgeable, a great person. Again, working for a super charity. We've all had, friends or family members that have been affected by cancer. So again, guys, check out his website for the eBay store. You can support the American Cancer Society, and Chris is the big maha for the I guess Southern California. I guess technically is your region.
Yeah, I'm in the West region, but we've been adding on different East Coast states. We added on Virginia today.
Wow.
They did their first listing.
Cool.
So that's going to be an experience of managing different kind of regions now too. So it's expanding.
So you're going to be like the national guys. Is what you're telling me?
That's what it's kind of looking like right now. That's the direction we're going. But right now, I'm definitely a West Coast person. Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you'll be stationed in the West Coast. Is that where you're traveling? Or traveling for personal reasons?
Oh no, not traveling. Oh, for Friday, yeah, I'm taking a vacation.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, a much needed vacation to Big Bear, which is like kind of like a foresty type.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, area in Southern California.
Again,
so,
we're here to discuss reselling, but it's funny, YouTube tracks your ideas and your thoughts and where you go, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
Like, I got a post from Alaska of one of the forests, and it's the bears like up on the stream, and the salmon are jumping up, and it's like, and they have like, you hear the rushing waterfall, and it's very relaxing. I mean,
you know what I heard? I heard that they're using that free app, and they told them that there's like free fish in the river, and they just went over there and got some.
It's funny now watching these bears, and some are down below, and some are on the side. It's like, hey, dummy, you got to go right there. That's where the fish are jumping up. But
yeah. It's funny how
relaxing. You get to see nature. You get to hear guys. If you have an Echo or an Alexa device, sometimes if I can't sleep, I'll play like Babbling Brooks on my Echo device, and it's relaxing. So I listen to that, and watch the bears, and something different.
There you go. Did you hear this thing about promoted listings? That's a new thing that came out maybe a couple days ago, that eBay was going to start to use Google Ads for promoted listings. Yeah, I got like an email the other day about it.
I missed the email. Okay.
So basically what's going to happen is, I think eBay is going to be pushing their listings to Google. So it's basically like free advertising. And I guess like if someone clicks that ad and then buys whatever you're selling, it's basically like taking that same percentage. So it's actually a good thing because there's going to be more eyes on your product. So, there's the cure for summer slowdown, is get some more listings up to, if you use promoted listings, which I do, I feel that they definitely benefit me. And I know there's like, it's hotly debated within the community about promoted listings. What are your thoughts?
Well, that's the thing too. And again, I've had, I don't know, I must have had 100 and some shows, and probably 70 or 80 different resellers on, and everyone has different ideas. I do the 2%. I don't do the recommended. I figure roughly, again, I tell people I round things up to 15%. So I figure average commission is 10%. Again, I tell people if you're including free shipping, you're paying commission on the total amount of the sale. So you're paying that 10%. You're paying the 2.9 or 2.5 or whatever managed payments is. Used to be 2.9 plus 30 cents. I think managed payments might be 2.5%. So still, I still figure it's about 15%. So if I do 2% promoted listing, again, if it sells for promoted listing, you pay that additional fee. Yep. One thing they do give you a break, they don't charge you a promoted listing fee on the shipping. They just charge you on the item. But again, it adds up. And I've heard people that do recommended rates. I've heard people that go recommended rates plus. I've heard people that do 1% or 2%. I do 2%. I don't know if that's good or not. I think it's more a function of listing daily. Like I mentioned earlier, Beth Reseller Rowboat said that she's doing 10 listings a day. and she's seeing significant growth.
Yeah, I mean, it's, to be honest, like, you can watch literally all the YouTube videos in the world and subscribe to or go to all the different conferences in the world, but the one thing that's always been true since 1995 has been list something that people want to buy at a competitive price and it will sell. That's literally eBay in a nutshell. You don't have to know any damn thing about anything else, literally.
This is a great point from Lisa too. When you first, again, these are my thoughts. I'll ask you your thoughts. I don't know what everyone else is thinking, but Lisa says she doesn't promote right away, and I agree 100%. When you first list your item, you get that little bump from eBay because it's a new item. They promote your item for sale. So I usually wait a day or two before I add the promoted listings. Yep. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, sometimes I'll promote right away, like if it's like DVDs or something that has a crazy, like, there's so many of the things for sale. But here's the thing with promoted listings too, if you have like a crazy rare item that is going to sell, you don't really have to use promoted listings because it's going to sell. And for those that have been in long enough, you know exactly the products I'm talking about. So I usually wait a couple days before I do promoted listings. And I don't do even percents. Like I'll do like 2.1 or 2.2, just so I'll have that tiny edge over that 2% person like yourself.
There you go. I don't know if that works. I mean, sometimes
I don't know if it works either.
Instead of making something 1999, I'll make it 1997.
There you go. Exactly.
And maybe I'll pop up because I'm 1997 or 1999. If somebody's searching by, lowest price with, purchase price plus shipping, maybe I'll pop up just ahead of that person that's doing 1999 because I did 1997. I really don't think it's a function of that. I think it's more a function, like we said earlier, about listing, and listing saleable items at competitive prices.
Yeah, and literally that's what it all boils down to. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing if that actually helps with that Google thing. And the only thing that sucks is like you really won't be able to tell, I think, when you get a Google sale unless they show sale from Google ads.
Yeah, or I guess I should check for that email. I didn't see it. I probably got it. Did you see it in your notifications, or did you see it in your regular email?
It was in the regular email, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I actually saw it in the notifications too. If you go to your My eBay in your messages from eBay, I think it shared it there too.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll share that in the Facebook group as well for people that aren't aware of that. I'm sure Sharon's been posting that, guys. I do have a Facebook group. There's no cost involved. I want to have it a place that's no drama, and we can share information. I don't allow people to promote links. I don't want it to become that type of thing. I just wanted a place where we can share information.
Wait a minute. Slow down. There's Facebook groups that charge money.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. People don't do that. Listen, I'll save you $1 million. List consistently things people want to buy at a competitive price and you'll make money. That's it.
Yeah, so like I said, so my group is basically, some of the groups, they allow you to advertise different things. I'm going to put a couple posts about WenDee's benefit auction, but I only post my auctions, and I want people to exchange information. If you see an article that's about reselling, or you have a question, maybe you found something and you can't identify it, you want help from the other resellers, that's kind of why I have the group. There's a lot of people in it right now, again, but I'm trying to grow it, trying to give back and help you guys, and that's why it's there.
So I guess like a paid group would be good if like you're getting bolos and things you're learning about things you've never heard about or what to look out for. I get that, but I would never pay for that.
There's some Patreon groups. I'm not gonna promote it, but I was watching one of the more well-known resellers. He has a Patreon group and he has different levels. And the one level he does twice a month live streams. I guess they're like Zoom meetings.
Oh, like question and answers and stuff like that.
Yeah, $100 a month.
That good for him,
And I think what it is more is accountability.
Yeah, and I think that one
that are free. I mean, there's I know like Dina does things. I know she's traveling for work right now, but Dina, for you people that follow my show, you saw Dina's interview, but she does like a listing show like once a week. I forget what night is it, Friday night or whatever, but she'll do our 2 or 3 hour listing show. So again, you guys can pop in the show and do listings. My problem with that kind of stuff is, and I know Beth Reseller Robo used to do it, is if you're monitoring the chat, you're not listening.
Yeah, that's the
So
hardest part about YouTube. Let's backtrack a little bit
sure.
here, Adam. You mentioned that FBA for eBay thing for the UK. That's pretty
Mhm.
interesting. Like
And then
I
there was
heard it.
yeah,
I heard that about that. Like I want to say last year, I heard rumors of something like that,
yes.
and I thought it would be interesting to do if like you had a bunch of DVDs or records or something like that that's kind of easily listed and easily shipped. But like something like antiques and stuff probably wouldn't work. But there's definitely a I think there's definitely a market for that, but you got to find the right products to send in, you
What
know?
concerned me about was they said if you ship it through them, they'll cover any damage. Well,
Okay.
we heard about issues with delays with shipping and damage with postal service and the insurance
Yeah.
involved with that. It's like,
And who's to say they're not going to flip the script on you like Amazon has done dozens of times since FBA started? That's another thing too.
what do you elaborate a little bit on
So in the very beginning, you were able to send in pretty much anything to FBA, and then they
that? Right.
started all these rules and regulations and
Okay.
storage fees, and then they would like send you stuff back that you could no longer list. Like it was. I don't even send anything to FBA anymore. It's that bad.
Oh, you don't do any FBA anymore? Okay.
Not lately. I mean, I still have my account and everything. It's just
Mhm.
I would only send in like books and stuff like that now. I wouldn't send in any crazy big items or stuff like that anymore. No.
I don't know what Randy, I apologize. I'm trying to pay attention to Chris, and I'm missing some of the comments in the chat. He says if you find an item that you are wanting and it's $2 less, then it will cut your price by $3 and cover the $3.
I
I don't
can't
know.
understand that either.
I think that's something to do with Walmart. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know, Randy. If you want to elaborate,
No,
I
I think
apologize. I'm trying to pay attention, Chris. I'm not really. I know
oh, no,
sometimes you got
no,
to go
no,
back
no.
2 or 3 messages prior to get the gist of it.
Yeah, no. I would say like, yeah, we can focus on the questions too. My apologies. Yeah, see, like
Lisa
Lisa's
P
saying.
saying, man, they made book selling even harder now too with their storage limits. Amazon.
So, there's an eBay meetup coming up in you said October.
Yes, eBay
And
Open is October. No, I'm sorry. No, my meeting is that's Katy and Vikki's. eBay
cool.
Open is August 4th through the 6th.
Oh, that's okay. So that's coming up. So
And that's
yeah.
virtual.
So like I've been to a eBay meetup once. I never been to like the crazy convention thing. Like as a new person that hasn't gone, like what are some of your tips that you learned? Like some of the things that you wish you knew, like going into it, that you would say like would save you some time, or like things that you realized you probably should have done after the fact. Does that question make sense?
Yeah, I got more out of the networking. I did attend 2 or 3 seminars a day. I found the global shipping one was interesting. I don't do global shipping, but that's
Oh, you
that's
don't?
me.
Why not?
For the amount of things that I've sold and the number of returns I've had. Again, I know it's
Oh,
wrong. I've just had issues. I actually shipped something out once internationally because I
uh-huh.
was supposed to be part of the global shipping program. They didn't enter me properly, or I didn't do it properly,
Right.
and I shipped a pair of jeans. So it cost me like $20 some to ship it to Brazil or wherever it was.
Oh,
And this guy
Brazil.
claimed, oh, it was
There's your
altered.
problem. You ship to Brazil. That's a no-no.
That's one of the countries that you don't ship to, apparently.
Yeah,
So the
I
guy
learned
says,
that.
"Oh, the jeans were altered." I said, "They weren't altered. I believe I checked. They weren't altered." Yes, they were. Well, we know how eBay supports the buyer
Yeah.
99 times out of 100. So I had to eat the $20 shipping because I wasn't going to have them return it.
Ouch.
Eat the
Yeah.
$20 shipping plus whatever else. So it ended up costing me like $30 some. But again, I guess there's websites and different places that you can research and where not to ship.
I think the global shipping program is great. So I would highly suggest anyone that's like hasn't used it to use it, because you're going to get more sales. And I've shipped hundreds of things through the global shipping program, and I've had literally less than 1% of problems.
Okay.
Like one of the first problems I ever had was actually a couple of weeks ago, where we sent some Bakelite poker chips, vintage Bakelite poker chips to Israel, and I guess Israel can't import gambling paraphernalia.
Wow, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, I mean, who would have known, right? And so like there was a big old thing with that, so we had to
So
actually
it was
get a
held at
return.
customs or something, and then they
Yeah,
refused it.
I don't know if we're ever going to see it, but the customer was pissed at us, like it was our fault,
Right.
and gave us a negative feedback and everything, like it was bad. And then we ended up like we gave them a refund and everything, and they still we're never probably going to see those chips again. And they still gave us a negative feedback.
Oh, sorry, Mike. I tried to post Mike's thing. I did the other one. Mike says he likes the 4 pound, under 4 pound using simple export rate. Add insurance, no worries. He ships everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, to each their own. The other thing about global shipping is the customer is going to pay more. And it's actually a good thing that the customer pays more. And let me explain what my logic is behind that. Is you're going to weed out the riffraff. Someone that wants the product is going to pay the high shipping. And that's usually someone that's not more than likely going to rip you off.
Right.
Or at least that's my theory behind why we've always had luck with global shipping program. But flipping goodies, like if you have success shipping that way international, everyone's going to do everything different. Everyone's different. And there's no cookie cutter. This is how you should sell. This is how you shouldn't sell. If anyone's telling you this is how you shouldn't sell, that should be a warning flag for anyone. If it works for you, then it works for you.
Yeah, and again, a lot of people do use the simple export rate, or they use the the old bag in the box cubic shipping. I use Pirate Ship, and again, guys, sometimes I say do as I say, not as I do, but I do like Pirate Ship. And again, I am not top rated. I'm not top rated plus. My bad. I don't list enough. Again, there's reasons, but again, if you don't sell enough things, then you don't get top rated. And if you don't offer free returns, you don't get top rated plus, so you don't get the discount from eBay for the shipping. With Pirate Ship, you get commercial rates plus from item 1.
Yeah.
That's why I use Pirate Ship.
Yeah, I have a ShipStation, which is pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So, because I was like shipping something, a padded, 99% of you know what this is. But it was like almost $10 on eBay. It was $8 on Pirate Ship. I was
gonna say those are flat rate though, no? So there shouldn't be more.
Yes, but the regular price is whatever it is, 10 something, and eBay, because I am. What's my rate?
I didn't know it was that high because I pay like 7 something.
Satisfactory or whatever. Yeah. I forget what the ratings are, but there's there's below satisfactory, top rated, and a top rated plus. And I'm satisfactory. I don't have any dings or anything, but I'm not doing enough volume that I'm not top rated. Again, to become top rated plus, you have to offer free returns.
Yeah, we always get dinged for
almost $2 difference. And again, from item 1 to ship through Pirate Ship.
Yeah, we always miss our top rated thing because of shipping delays.
Well, that's the other thing. Randy that's in our chat, and Randy does thousands of packages every week. And some of it's retail, not retail, some of it's wholesale, but he's had all kind of issues with the USPS. He's in the Allentown area, and he's had huge issues. And apparently Allentown, for some reason, is one of the highest delivery delays in the country. And at Philadelphia, which is the other kind of regional postal office, they've had really large amount of delays.
I think they're finally starting to work it out because during the pandemic it was a mess. There were so many customers mad about like things getting redirected and where's my stuff. And it's like they use media mail. So it's like, of course it's going to take a little longer. And by the way, everyone should be using media mail if you can. It's not that bad. It doesn't take 10 days to get to your customer. It takes less than 5.
Again, Mike, it wasn't 778 for me. Believe me, I believe me. You're top rated. I'm not top rated.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was close to $10.
So you get a little discount.
It wasn't quite USPS rates, but it was up there.
So back to the eBay meetups. Like, so you're just saying like network as much as possible when you're at those things. That's usually the best thing to do.
Again, what I thought was nice about eBay Open was they had breakfast every morning. So you can network there at the breakfast. They had one dinner, one happy hour, and then they had like a closing party every year.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So
cool.
I networked a lot at breakfast.
Yeah.
You get there like as soon as they open up breakfast, then you can just you can sit there and talk to the other resellers, and you try to and sometimes you can just go up to the table and say, hey, I'm Adam. Is it okay if I join you guys?
Yeah. What was cool, eBay had an event like 3 years ago in Los Angeles that I went to, and they had it set up where they had tables round huge tables, and they were specifically for baseball cards and shoes and
Okay.
clothes. And it was nice because you're like, oh, I know about this. Like, I want to learn, or like, I don't know about this. I want to learn more about this. And it was cool because then there was a discussion. And the funniest thing I took away from that event was that eBay, the sellers know way more about what's going on with eBay than eBay employees do.
Well, that's the thing too. And then it seems, and again, I'm not an expert about eBay. I'm not an expert about
Neither am I. Trust me.
or what's going on with the corporate. But it seems like they get somebody that's halfway decent and they leave.
Yeah, maybe they realize like, hey, this
guy's title was like, vice president of seller relations or something. He left like a month ago.
Yeah, maybe they start
for 3 years and everybody loved the guy and he left.
Maybe they start walking down the halls and everyone's trying to hammer the round holes through the peg blocks, and they're like, no, I'm out of here. I can't do this.
The round holes for the square pegs?
Yeah, there you go.
The round pegs for the square holes.
Yeah, and they're like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, they have some issues with keeping good health. Yeah,
I mean, that's with a lot of companies though. So hey, happy hump day.
Hump day. It's funny. I go into Johnny, the Cajun Resellers, and I'll put a couple camels in there on Wednesdays. when he does his morning show, when he does a Wednesday auction, I'll put a couple camels in. Happy hump day, or happy, I'll put the camels and I'll put, hump day.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Summer slowdown, dude. Like, that's a really good subject. Like, so I think people that sell clothes feel the summer slowdown, I think, more than people that sell collectibles and hard goods.
100%.
Yeah. So what's your experience with summer slowdown?
My experience with summer slowdown, it does slow down. When I list on a regular basis, I sell more. And even when I list on a regular basis, I definitely slow down in the summertime. And again, like you said, collectibles and those type of things, they don't seem to have a season.
No, like the evergreen.
I guess you can sell like, bathing suits and, athletic wear and that kind of stuff. But if you don't have access to it, I mean, I tell people typically when I go to my Goodwills, I find like, JC Penney brands and Sear brands and Walmart brands. And I'm not finding all this high end stuff.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I work in this business of
you're in an area that has.
Well, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like I basically work in that industry of donations, and those higher end donations don't come in as much as people think. But I will say every once in a while, there's some crazy donations that come through.
Are you still getting things from the studios? Movie studios
not lately, not as much. But yeah, that stuff kind of trickles in.
Sharon says vintage sales are rocking and rolling.
Yeah, especially rock and roll T-shirts.
Well, that's the other thing. One of these days, I'm going to have Katy and/or Vikki, or Katy and Vikki on. I want them to talk about vintage T-shirts.
Yeah,
but, I mean, I think Katy is like 99% vintage T-shirts.
That's a great subject. Yeah,
and
there's
Vikki
a lot.
Does a lot of vintage as well.
So we could talk a tiny bit about that. So like anyone that's new, if you see tags that are printed on a shirt, it's usually a new shirt and isn't worth much. That's what I've learned. So if you see a physical tag, like a piece of cloth or something, that tag made in America, made in the USA, those are the things that you should double check and look up.
What again? You're more experienced with vintage clothing than myself. There's like 2 or 3 typically things that you look for, like with T-shirts and things.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
The printed tag, obviously made in
printed
USA.
Tag, not okay. So if you see a printed tag, like it's basically silk screened on the back of your shirt, it's 99% of the time it's worth nothing. Like maybe $10 if it's brand new or whatever. But if you see a tag that is an actual tag and it says made in the USA, that's like one of the things where you look closer. It's like when you're looking at a vintage T-shirt, you're looking out here and then you say, oh, does it have a printed tag? No. Ooh, let me look closer. Does it say made in the USA? Let me look closer. And then you kind of wheel it down to like, oh, boom, this is a vintage T-shirt and it's worth X amount of money. So that's the easiest way to do it.
That's kind of like, I guess, the things that, I mean, back in the day, things were made in, Korea and wherever else. And now everything's, not everything, but most things are made in China. So, it's made in Korea or made in the USA or made somewhere else, or, it's could be vintage,
But I mean, if it says like made in Hong Kong, that might be
Hong Kong is another
that's
one,
older. That's an older one. Like newer stuff is usually made in China. So there's always exceptions to the rules. So whenever you hear myself or Adam say anything about always look for this. There's always exceptions to the rules. So I always look up everything no matter what, you know what I mean? But, it's these kind of tells that you can easily kind of sort through the noise.
One thing, again, guys, I tell you, I'm ADD, and if I get sidetracked, believe me, I appreciate Chris coming on because I get dry mouth and I would run out of material to talk. Wanted to share with you this is a little Chotsky, but whatever. Surprise! Enjoy this gift. Enjoy your summer. Thank you for being an eBay seller. This allegedly was because of the eBay Open. I sent it. I registered early. There's an eBay. Nice. Plastic water bottle. I don't know if this is a beach towel or a regular towel. To me, it's kind of thin, so maybe it's a beach towel. I don't know. And then this is I guess this would not be my type of backpack, but this is the eBay, pouch kind of pack. So. Oh
yeah, it's like a drop bag. That's cool.
Something for nothing, right?
Hey,
free is free.
Free is free, man. Well, did you have to pay for eBay Open?
Not for the virtual one, no.
Oh, okay. So then that's very nice eBay to do. I mean, they're so wonderful with branding, like their free shipping supplies and the branding. Well, it's not free, but
that's right. I was talking about records, and you popped in that you can get the record sleeves.
Oh yeah, they sell those record sleeves, and I use them all the time. I use them for books too. Like they're amazing.
How's the quality on those? Is it pretty good?
They're great. Like the thing is, like I would tell everyone if they were crap quality, but the
I'm
eBay.
just curious. I never used them.
The eBay. No, I've used pretty much everything they have to offer. I even got I don't have them right here. Yeah, I do. I even got the stickers, folks. Like I got the eBay stickers. Like, and I use these to cover up like certain things sometimes, like barcodes or things. But
yeah, I guess it looks better to put a sticker on it than to take a Sharpie and
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I use them for other different things. But no, the eBay shipping supplies. Oh my God, they're amazing. They're such high quality.
Right. Glenn, welcome, my friend. Thank you for joining us.
And I know my boxes, like I've told you, I have a problem with boxes, right? That I have to have every size. I have to have every size for everything. Like,
yeah, you said that you do have an issue with boxes.
Yeah. And it's like when you have all the sizes, then you really just have to grab something like a DVD. I have boxes even for DVDs. Like I use bubble mailers mostly for those, but some of the like TV shows, they're thicker DVDs. So I use boxes for those. So.
There's our friend reseller Robot Beth that I was talking about earlier about the listing and the summer slowdown. And she said 10 a day. She puts them in her draft folder and then releases 10 a day. And it's working well for her. And Beth does sell a lot of clothing. She sells hard goods, small appliance parts, but she sells a lot of clothing as well.
Good for her. Yeah. And like, I'm not a fan of signed clothes just for the fact that sometimes like all the measurements and all the questions that get asked. And like to me, it's just like, it's so much work. It's so much work. For anyone that sells clothes and is successful at it, good for you. Like you're hardcore. Like I give it up for you for sure.
There were sunglasses, Michelle. I'm so disorganized, and they were plastic, like $1.50 sunglasses. So I don't know what happened to them. I don't remember the fidget thing, but you're probably right.
Yeah.
I said, what am I going to do with these sunglasses?
Yeah. So Rowboat's saying that there's no summer slowdown there, like exactly. It's kind of like some people actually it's hit and miss too, but it is like the amount of stuff that you have for sale, what you have for sale, the prices, are they competitive? And there's the algorithm thing to deal with too. There's some luck involved with the whole thing too.
I mean, I know Sharon works very hard and she sells a lot of collectibles. I mean, a lot of collectibles.
Yeah.
So, and she lists every day. So if you list every day and you're selling collectibles and you're priced competitively, you're going to sell.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of used clothing, I guess, unless it's highly desirable used clothing.
Yeah.
It could be hit or miss, even if you list I'm sure you're going to sell things if you list every day because you're going to trigger the algorithm, but you're not going to, like I said, there's going to be a summer slowdown if you sell a lot of used clothing, unless you're selling like vintage stuff or you're selling, highly desirable clothing or new with tag stuff.
Resale Royalty says 75% of their inventory is fashion. Hey, you can come work for us. Like we get so much, we don't get so much, but we get a lot of designer stuff that I just send into Real because I just don't have the time to do all those measurements and listings and things. It drives me nuts.
Probably going to hear a crash when I do this, but I'm going to risk it.
What are you doing? No.
Oh no, Adam, you're gonna crash, buddy.
What do you got?
I have
Hey,
a
that's.
handbag I bought like 2 years ago.
Oh my God, Landshark Picker's in the house. How you doing,
Yes.
man?
A
What is
Dooney and
that?
Bork. It doesn't have the
Oh
shoulder
yeah,
strap.
Dunenberg.
I
Yeah,
gotta list this darn thing.
yeah,
Do not list it.
yeah. That's what a $30 or $40 handbag.
I think I pay like 15 or 20 for it at a
Yeah,
auction.
they don't really go for that much. Those ones.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend that was really into Dooney and Bork stuff. That's valuable.
Well, here's the thing: like Coach used to be a thing back in the day too, and now
Coach
it's
and Dooney
not
and Bork,
worth that
yes.
much. Yeah.
Coach is not that really okay.
No, the same with Doonies. Like if they're brand new and they're the kind of like larger ones on trend, they call it in the business, they'll sell for decent money.
Oh, but so Coach and Dooney are okay. Well,
yeah, they're not doing
I don't
that.
buy women's fashion, women's.
Neither do I. I mean, the thing is, like,
gig.
I've learned so much over the last 2 years working for the American Cancer Society in terms of women's clothing and shoes and fashion. Oh yeah, there you go. Handbags have great ROI. And ROI is the
Return on
fact.
investment. I know
Yeah.
90% of you know that, but for those, I did go to college for business.
Yeah, but the
Return on
ROI,
investment.
yeah, but it's the ROI is important is how much you can get it for and knowing what the price you're going to get for it. So, if you know all that stuff, there you go, vintage
is selling
Coach.
Great, especially vintage Coach. So
There you go.
you stand corrected, Chris.
I stand corrected. I'll remove my
What's the matter
coaches.
with you?
I'll remove the coaches from the trash can. No, those stuff goes out in the store anyways.
So what has been? I mean, as far as again, you get. I guess your function of what you get and donated. But what has been hot in your store? What's selling?
I don't really know. I mean, for the physical store, I don't know. People are always buying home goods and clothes and stuff like that. But for me, we've been selling a lot of DVDs. Since the pandemic, we've been listing a lot of that media, and we saw a pretty good amount of media every day. Books kind of are doing well, and kind of like just collectibles and things like that. Yeah, mostly
like selling handbags. Okay.
Yeah.
Each their own.
Yeah. So I mean, to be honest, like we have one of those stores that's like a hodgepodge of stuff. So we sell pretty much everything. Do you carry? I don't know. Go look on our. Go.
Craig tries to be funny. Sometimes it's hit or miss with Craig.
Go look on our site and see and send us an offer.
Sorry,
I think we have some brand new.
Lori's vintage Dooney and Coach sells really well. That she's okay. So again, guys, we had 3 people in the chat that says it sells well. 3 people that said it doesn't sell well. So
but they're saying vintage though too.
Vintage,
it's like you have to kind of know what is vintage and what is not
15,
vintage.
20 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. So in my experience, they haven't been selling well, and it hasn't been vintage stuff. They've been newer things.
Beth, go water your grass. You don't want it to dry out. That's in the Houston area. Go water that grass.
That's a good subject. VHS tapes.
Yes, I tell you, I get distracted. I wanted to bring up VHS tapes.
No, did you?
I heard that on another reselling show that VHS tapes are selling. Who'd have thunk it?
Well, there's like a grading company that is grading them now, so people are sending them in to get graded. We've came to that as a society. We're grading sealed VHS tapes.
Oh, is that was the other thing I heard too? That if they're sealed, new in box.
Yeah.
And I guess more popular movies.
Right.
But I wouldn't pick up a used.
No,
I mean, tape, right?
No, I mean it's such a crazy subject. I have a video on that, by the way, folks. If you want to go and watch that about VHS, was what to look out for, because we can literally do a whole show on VHS tapes. But if you do find sealed ones, like not popular movies, but like some old horror movies or
yes,
Pokemon, like weird like cartoon ones that are sealed, go for. When you get them graded. Now the thing is they have to be like literally perfect, no rips in the seals, like, and it looks like brand new. Like you're not going to get, the people are getting big money for those graded VHSs because they literally are like in mint condition and look brand new, like they haven't been messed with at all. Yeah,
I guess there's no damage to the box or anything.
Yeah, I have actually a sealed VHS right here, as a matter of fact. How funny. Because we get all kinds of stuff in here, man. You would be.
Glenn is saying WWF VHS tapes.
Okay, yeah, I mean, there's some of them. Like, see, this is a VHS, and you see how it's got the plastic seal. like Ben-Hur, I would probably not send this in because you see that corner's like kind of missing the tape.
Right.
For grading VHSs, you want basically, perfect seals and a popular title. Like if this was a popular title, you might be able to send it in and get a decent grade. But if it's got any issues like this you can see there's a little hole in the plastic right here. This stuff is
then
not.
if you're taking off the sticker too, I mean, you got to worry about damaging the wrap, right?
Oh no, I wouldn't take off the sticker. If you have anything that's sealed, do not mess with the sticker.
What would you do with the sticker? Would you leave the price on, or would you?
Oh yeah,
I
would leave it on.
Out, right?
Yeah, no, you leave anything on as far as if anything's sealed for sure.
Okay, we have a question since you're the expert.
What is grading? Go look up on eBay, search VHS graded, and people are like taking like sports cards, how sports cards are graded. People are There's a service that grades DVDs and VHSs now, and some of them have gone as high as $1,000 or more once they're graded, like Star Wars, the first Star Wars VHS, and a couple Pokemon ones went for like 800 maybe. So that's a thing.
800. Wow. Look, some good. It's weird. Interesting tonight.
Oh no, VHS. And then back to the WWF VHSs. There's some that aren't worth much, but there are some of the older ones that can go for good money. They mass produced a lot of them in the early 2000s, so you have to look at like all those in a different kind of realm. So, in the same vein of like VHSs being graded, which is actually pretty crazy, I wouldn't be surprised if we see another resurgence in Beanie Babies at some point, of people like grading Beanie Babies, like, and doing all that kind of stuff. That's coming at some point.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all that stuff is. I mean, I hear people talking about these. Again, I'm having a brain freeze. The horror dolls. I'm sure people in the chat will remember right away. Dina was talking about these horror dolls with the crazy hair and the scars on their faces.
Oh,
well.
I think I know what you're talking about. Do they grade those two, or are you just talking something else?
No, but they sell really well. And Craig put in here that he had vintage board game a year or two ago he sold. It still had the old orange tape sticker from Toys R Us.
What's crazy
Monster High. Thank you.
Monster High. Yeah, we get a lot of that stuff in, but it's usually like used like lots of kids stuff, and we've done that before where we've picked through it and then created lots and then sold those. And Adam, you're still sharing my huge face. I don't think anyone wants to see.
Oh, okay, well,
my whole face there.
What happens? I told you, I get caught up in the chat. I'm like trying to pop in the chat. I'm like,
no one wants to see my huge face here.
Yeah, but I mean that's vintage board games. I guess especially when the pandemic was, God forbid we have to go back in what happened before. But back in the day when everyone was quarantined, board games were selling like crazy.
Yeah, to be honest, like I'm not a huge fan of board games because especially if you find like one of the really hard to find ones, like I guess if you find a really expensive one, it's worth like having to go through all the pieces to make sure everything's there. Because if you're missing one little thing, that collector is going to hound you and you're going to get like not negative feedback, but they're going to write you and be like, it's missing this little tiny boot. Like, I don't know.
There's a website for that. If I wasn't doing a live stream, I would Google it, but I'm sure people in the chat may know. There's a website that lists all the parts in the various board games. So
no way. That's exciting. That's great.
I'm gonna make my note to myself. I'm gonna post that in the description below, guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you all can Google, but I'm gonna post it in the video. Yeah, it's apparently it's very helpful. Board game parts.
Yeah. Well, that's another little side kind of gig too, is people part out. I've parted out Monopoly sets before and sold the little pieces and things like that. So that's another kind of side hustle to do.
Sharon, do you know what the name of that website is? I mean, I'll research it. I'm sure it won't be too hard to find. I think I posted one of my other videos.
Sharon says she sold puzzles. Do you sell used puzzles, and do you have to count like all the pieces?
Hundreds of board games and puzzles. Yeah, because a lot of people were doing puzzles with the kids. It's
funny because like we get in tons of puzzles here in the store, and most of them just get kind of recycled because there's no way we're gonna have the time to sit and count 10,000 piece puzzles.
You know what I heard about? There's companies that recycle vintage clothing, and
I believe
some of them wholesale it out.
Yeah.
I think there's a company in LA that does that, I believe.
Yeah, we have people that come here. No, well, we have people that come here to pick up the stuff that isn't worthy enough for the store. And there's a lot of stuff that goes to recycling, but there's also it's weird. It's like almost like this weird pyramid of trickling down of donated stuff. You know what I mean? Like eventually it goes somewhere,
but apparently maybe they recycle some of it and they pull out saleable things and they line them up, or
that's what I'm saying. It's like the pyramid. It's almost like this classifier of rocks, like you pour the big rocks in and you start shaking them and the little stuff starts to fall out to you're at the bottom where, it's either recycled or, reused in some way. Hopefully not the dump,
Like I said, I need to learn more about vintage clothing and vintage t-shirts and stuff. But when I do, I'm definitely going to check out. There's one in my area that sells that. And I guess they're regional.
Yeah. See, Patrick Murphy's talking about vintage action figures. Yeah. I remember like in the early 2000s, I would part out vintage Star Wars, like weapons and stuff. So parting out vintage figures has been a thing for many years. And of course it's had, it's resurgent nowadays. A lot of those things are worth so much money.
Let me interrupt you one second. Patrick, I don't know if you're camera ready, but I did mention earlier, and Sharon's been sharing the link to WenDee's the auction on the Jarhead Entrepreneurs channel. I know you did a commercial, so to speak, for the auction. I didn't want to play because I didn't need a copyright strike from YouTube. But if you want to come on, and you're more than welcome to come on, if you're, like I said, your camera ready, you want to talk about it a little bit. And like I said, I'm all about giving back to the community, and Chris and I were discussing it earlier, and we're pro trying to help other resellers out. So you want to pop on. In fact, I was telling people earlier I was going to put the link in the chat, and I never did. Shame on me. Let me just pop it in.
If there's a commercial,
you're welcome to pop in if you want to.
Yeah, I can post that on my channel too. I think I can post it in the community section if I can come back and look for that video.
Right, I'm going to post that in the chat. So Patrick, if you want to pop in, I'll be more than happy to have you join, and you can talk about the WenDee's auction. And again, I discussed earlier, guys, that a lot of medical supplies aren't covered by Medicare. So,
oh, cool. So
Sharon's been dropping a link. Okay, let me make you moderator, Patrick. You drop the link. Well, actually, I can't. Let me go into. I got to go into YouTube to do that. Bear with me here. I do have my YouTube chat popped out just for things like this. All right, Patrick, I'll make you a moderator, and you can pop the link in the chat.
Yeah, if someone comes on, Adam, let me know, because I'll pop out. I hate being the third wheel. That's why I stopped doing the Dom show like a couple years ago.
You don't want to be the third wheel?
The Dom and Dom show. I've totally had to drop out of that because
which
what was his name? The treasure hunter or
Dom who was the other Dom?
Dom, the auction professor. Yes.
Oh, his name's Dom also?
Yeah, we did a show and then after the first few shows, I was like, I can't do this. So I left.
Yeah, he's some interesting. I don't watch his channel, but he's some interesting.
Oh no, those guys are a wealth of knowledge.
Auction professor, I do.
Those are great. No, don't get me wrong. Those are great guys. It's just I don't like being the third wheel.
Right. You just added the promo lookup. Okay, so Sharon did post it. Okay. All right. There you go. So guys, it's in the chat. Unfortunately the chat doesn't. I don't know what it is. I have Comcast here. Sometimes it takes 16 hours for my chat to upload. I don't understand.
You're blaming Comcast.
Well, no, the video will upload like within an hour or two, but then the chat doesn't upload till like 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Jeez.
I don't know why. I guess other people that have like high speed internet, it posts like an hour after a show.
So I guess, yeah, I was like, so we can't watch it live. I guess we'll have to watch it after the show.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. But I'm all about that. What was I going to ask you too? Okay, we talked about the summer slowdown. We talked about eBay Open. We talked about the regional. What about some of the collectibles like Funko Pops and stuff? Are they still hot?
Yes and no. Like some of the older rare ones are still pretty good, but it's not as hot as it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's kind of cooled off, but I mean, you can still sell them if you find the hard to find ones. They're doing actually
there was issues,
NFTs.
I guess, at Target. They were like banning
Oh God.
resellers from coming in because they were fighting with each other,
That
trying to
was
get the
for
limited releases.
Well, that was for sports cards. Was it for Funko too?
I think it was Funko too. I think you're right. Originally, it was for sports cards. I think you're right.
I believe it. It's crazy. That community, that collectible community is nuts, man. I've been a part of a lot of communities, and I would say the Funko collectors are pretty rowdy, man. Like
Yeah.
they're speaking of which, actually, Funko is going to be
yeah.
doing NFTs next week on Wax.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're going to have their own set of NFTs coming out, and I think they're doing Ninja Turtles or something like that. So that's going to be interesting.
Amazing.
Crazy.
Guys, were there any other questions in the chat while we have Chris here? I know we pushed the 1 hour time limit, but I'm fortunate to have Chris on. He's very busy man. Apparently his
I saw that
empire is expanding. He's got stores in Virginia now he's handling.
Oh man, I just wanted to come and hang out, Adam. I knew I had like a little bit of time to spare, so I was just like, oh, let's see if Adam will allow me to grace his presence.
All right, so Patrick did post it. I would put it on the screen, but it's a lot of stuff and it would cover up most of the screen. But Patrick did post a commercial for a special fundraiser auction to help community members. Husband get a portable O2 concentrator, multiple sellers and giveaways. Okay, and he posted a link on YouTube. So guys, you can click on the chat, and what I'll do is I'll research it and I'll put that link as well in the description. Again, I can't. Again, that's another YouTube-y thing, guys. You don't do YouTube, you don't know this. But if I do things like edit something, I'll screw up the whole. I got to wait till everything uploads and I can edit it. But I'll put Patrick's link in there.
And I'll share that on my channel as soon as the show's over. We'll see what happens.
Patrick and Sharon, I believe there's somebody asked in Johnny's chat. Also, there is a way, I guess, to donate directly if you want to. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but if you want to pop that in the chat as well, please do that. Lisa's admiring your artwork.
Oh, yeah. I love my office. Like all these pieces I collected in different stores that I visited, and they were good prices, so I just bought them.
So before we depart, not Earth, before we depart.
That sounds like a great idea.
That sounds weird to depart. Do you have any, again, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, any categories or things or types of things we should be doing that, again, we talked about summer slowdown earlier, besides list any just categories we should be interested in maybe looking for?
Just list. Sports cards are doing pretty well, so if you got old sports cards like put away 20 years 30 years, go pull them out.
You have to go back to what, like the 80s and 70s, right?
I mean, even some of the 90s stuff. It's a difficult subject because you'd have to go get some of them graded. They'd have to be rookies. They'd have to grade well. It's a whole other thing. It's not just go and pull stuff out of your garage and it's worth a ton of money. You got to do work. Yeah.
Patrick, Chris used to do a lot of YouTube. He's a wealth of knowledge, a super great guy. I consider him a friend, and I'm always fortunate to have him when he pops on the show. And he works for the American Cancer Society, so it's a win-win.
Very nice to meet you, Patrick. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, that's again, I mentioned earlier, we all have had friends or family members that have dealt with cancer, and Chris he's got his ideal job. He's helping a super charity, and he's reselling, which he loves to do, and he's an expert in a lot of.
Oh my God! I know they pay me to do this. Don't tell them that it's so fun. Don't tell them.
They pay you to do it.
They pay me to have this fun. I love it.
All right, so basically just list this, right?
And it's a great cause, so I really appreciate it. You guys can check out my channel, check out the American Cancer Society website.
Yeah, I'm going to post a link to your store.
Yeah, and
also
you can
to your channel.
send me a best offer. Like I'll accept like any reasonable offers on anything. We have like 1,400 items listed there, so go and find something. But actually, you know what? No, go to the other. I want you guys to go to the other place. For the oxygen guy, for his oxygen thing. Okay. Go there. Go spend money there. We have enough. We're good.
Well, I'm going to post the link, and so after the auction this Friday, then you can check out Chris.
It's the pyramid. It's the donation pyramid again. You want to help the guy with the oxygen thing first, and then if you have extra money, then you can help another cause.
Okay, guys, just a couple things real fast before you leave. I appreciate all you being here. Remember to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and leave a comment and share my channel with other resellers, please. It helps the channel.
There you go.
And again, if you're getting any kind of value from my channel, please consider helping me out. There's time and expenses and equipment involved. I have in my video description, buy me coffee, PayPal, Cash App, etc. I also have Amazon affiliate links. Again, guys, there's some reselling equipment that I use or recommend. You don't have to buy those particular items. They're great for reselling. If you want to buy them, great. If not, just click on those links. And for 24 hours, I get a little commission on anything you buy from eBay. So again, that helps me. And as I always say, time is your most valuable asset. I'd like to thank Chris for giving up his time and to help educate us and make us more profitable resellers. And I'd like to thank those of you in the chat and those of you watching the replay for your time. I appreciate you all being here. So again, guys, I'm always looking for resellers to join me. So if anybody, Patrick or anyone else in the chat would like to join me in the future, I'm AdamsExploits on all my social media. Sharon's been sharing that. Thank you, Sharon, for sharing. And also have AdamsExploits@gmail.com. You can send me an email. So always looking for resellers to join me, especially during the summer slowdown, guys. People are going on vacation, so it's difficult to get people to join me on the show. So
do it.
Pardon me?
I said do it.
Do it.
If you haven't been on Adam's show, get on Adam's show. Share your knowledge, and he'd appreciate the company.
Be about the community. Okay, guys. So again, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We shall see you next Wednesday. Appreciate you all being here. Take care.